Good morning, or rather I should say good afternoon. In fact, I'm sorry, I'm a little unprepared. I was actually just going to double check. Let's see what time the full moon actually is, because we are in new territory. Full moon is actually tomorrow, UK time at nearly 4 p.m. Okay, so it's going to be affecting us tonight, and that's why the prayer today is very much about that, and what will come up we'll see tomorrow. For those of you who don't know, I host these full moon meditations, and I also host new moon meditations. Welcome, PT Nobe and Sunny. Lovely to see you. And basically, there'll be a full moon meditation this evening, 9:30 p.m. UK time. I'm actually in Grand Cayman, so I'm 5 hours behind. So depending on where you are, slightly different time zone. But essentially, what's coming up big time is shame. Like for me, when I trace back all the stuff that I'm working with at the moment, which are, refinements, having done a lot of really deep diving, it all comes down to shame. Everything that triggers a response in me on a deep level, shadow level, is to do with shame. So this is my personal story, but obviously anyone who is attracted to what I do will be also feeling the pull of shame and how that actually prevents us from moving forward. So let's read the prayer and see where we go from there. But basically, if the full moon is peaking at 4 o'clock tomorrow, it's at 15:53, then yeah, it's going to be most powerful in our dreams this evening. So if you are open to allowing the moon to help you clear and heal, it's going to be very powerful. So let's actually get the prayer up. So, good afternoon, diamonds. The moon is filling up like an overflowing cup, full of clearing, healing juice, ready to wash away abuse that has been carried through our blood and made us confused about how to love. The time has truly come to align with joy and fun. The paradigm to thrive requires toxic feelings and thoughts to subside. Bye-bye, where are we? By bringing to the surface of our bodies and minds and purging fully to purify. There is a simple way to come online. Choose an intention that inspires action aligned with the divine. Hello, welcome. Be willing to allow to die the you that took on untruth to stay alive, and buried deep all the pain and shame to justify the stories of old that had to be told just to comply. With a life stuck in the gear, I must survive. We now command an end to the struggle paradigm. So welcome the healing moonlight, for the gift she brings us all through the night. I am transmuting old outdated strife. I am aligned with my highest vibe. I am enjoying the gift of life. I am that I am. Yeah, baby, I'm just going to bring you here a little bit. So they've been quite wordy the last few days, she says, knowing that they're often very, very wordy. But I think for so many of you, if you're anything like me, you've really, really been challenged by the mental body and like the thought forms that keep you stuck somewhere that you really don't want to be. So the whole point around these prayers, these poems, is that they help you to kind of shift your perspective on where you actually want to go, and to recognise that if you're having a tough time at the moment, which is what this whole poem's all about, or prayer's all about, full moons will literally draw out of us what is in resistance to what we want to grow. So the last new moon, which was a public meditation, you can find it on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, RozyGlow. Please subscribe if you go there. Was all about basically looking at the seeds that didn't grow. Okay, so if we look at last year, if we look at the intentions of the previous year, what in our lives has come to pass and what hasn't? What were the things that we planted? Because we're kind of heading towards now, where are we? We've had the solstice, so we're heading towards an equinox, the spring equinox, and everything's starting to get lighter again. So it's like, what are the seeds we're planting this year? Which seeds didn't grow? What are the seeds that we're planting this year for harvest at the end of the summer? And essentially it's about just being able to recognise that, yay, all of this has happened, but oh, why hasn't this come to pass? And loving up the resistance in us, because if something hasn't happened, we're not fully aligned with it. It's that simple. So today, what happens through the full moon today and tomorrow is all the reasons why those seeds haven't actually germinated and brought forth flowers of life is because of whatever residual toxicity is within us. So I'm talking about shame. I'm doing a whole full moon co-creation meditation on clearing shame from every layer of our bodies. So if you are interested in that, then do check out the Join the Magic link on my biog, and it's £11 to join the full moon meditation. It is a deep healing for you, so it's a therapy session basically, and it is a deep healing for the planet as well. So I don't make the full moon meditations public because you need to be willing to do the deep inner work. It's going to involve you listening to the meditation a few times and sort of working with it, journaling with it, like being willing to use these very powerful energies to get unstuck. So let's go with the prayer one more time. I might sort of bring it, like dissect it a little bit. I do just want to say I am not suggesting anybody takes their life. I really felt I needed to say that because it's so easy to mistake words, especially if you're not feeling very grounded and centered, and there is a responsibility towards people who don't feel like in their right mind at the moment. So please be aware when I talk about being willing to allow to die parts of us that are not true. That does not mean a physical death. Please take that on board, because there is a responsibility that gets carried with words. So let's go again and see what we do. Is it Jill Shaw? Yeah, hey Jill Shaw, how you doing? Okay, so good afternoon, diamonds. The moon is filling up like an overflowing cup, full of clearing, healing juice, ready to wash away abuse that has been carried through our blood and made us confused about how to love. The time has truly come to align with joy and fun. The paradigm to thrive requires toxic feelings and thoughts to subside. By bringing to the surface of our bodies and minds and purging fully to purify, there is a simple way to come online. Choose an intention that inspires action aligned with the divine. So this is like, if you want to get lined up with something positive, choose an intention that will help you align with your highest good. Be willing to allow to die the you that took on untruth to stay alive and buried deep all the pain and shame to justify. The stories of old that had to be told just to comply with a life stuck in the gear. I must survive. We now command an end to the struggle paradigm. So welcome the healing moonlight for the gift she brings us all through the night. I am transmuting old outdated strife. I am aligning with my highest vibe. I am enjoying the gift of life. I am that. I am. And that is it. And basically, I'm aligning with my highest vibe. That will be different every day, depending on what's possible. Some days it might be patience, some days it might be peace, some days it might be joy, some day it might be success. It's whatever it is, right? It's just what can you align with today that is your highest expression of a positive, of truth, right? Of aligning with love. I am enjoying the gift of life. I just got sent that by a beautiful friend of mine. He said, I hope you're enjoying the gift of life. And I just thought, wow, that's such a lovely thing to say. Yeah, I am. This is awesome. So easy to pick holes in things, isn't it? But it's like really about looking for the good. And yeah, this moon is a super moon. So it is, it's kind of, you either work with it or you don't. If you don't work with it, it's going to be painful. If you work with it, it is going to be, thank you, Jill, it will be a very healing experience. And when I talk about the healing moonlight with the gift she brings us all through the night, this is your dream state. This is you being able to work with your dream state and to allow what needs to surface to surface. So many clients are contacting me at the moment about patterns of abuse, of memories of abuse, childhood abuse, whether it's sexual, physical, psychological, coming to the surface, and them really struggling to work with it. So I'm going to make a video about that specifically. I've got videos to make today, so I'm going to do the meditation, pre-record that, and then I'm going to get on with these other videos that I want to get out to you. So please do subscribe to YouTube if you haven't already. Like, that's where I'm moving my videos over to. It's what I want to sort of build up. Also, RozyGlow Facebook is great for more of what I do here. Thank you for the hearts. And if you haven't subscribed to the Prosperity Challenge, the Star Salutation Prosperity Challenge, that's on the RozyGlow website. So there's loads and loads of ways that I connect with you, and it is a frequency. Grace is what I align with. Grace allows you to let go easily of what no longer serves you, and it also is the power of revelation and opening to the gifts that are freely given to all of us. So we just have to allow ourselves to receive and drop the stories that prevent us receiving. I say this is all very simple. The theory is simple, the practice is challenging, because of course there is so much tied up in resistance. But anyway, I hope you find this really helpful for you through the next 24, 48, 36 hours. Do journal. Can't add up, can I? 24, 48, 72 hours. Do journal, do use your crystals, do drink your cacao. If you need any cacao, you can contact us and we can send you either Keith's, which I think is now £45, including P&P, or you can have Gavin's Cacao Love, which is 25 plus P&P is about £28, £29. So if you want some ceremonial grade cacao, come to us. And also if you're interested in retreats, I'm in Grand Cayman at the moment scouting out running retreats here next year. We're also looking in Europe and in England, in the UK. So if you're wanting to learn more about reality crafting, which is what I teach through my coaching, if you would like to experience yoga for the 21st century, which is what my multidimensional RozyGlow yoga is all about, and learn to work with cacao, also mindset shifting, which is the reality crafting. Over here we're going to be able to offer you diving as well, deep sea diving and snorkeling and all that kind of thing. Just let us know. If you're watching it, let us know what you're up for, and do subscribe to the website so you get updates on everything that we're offering. Loads of love, take care, share the love, bye.